quick announcement. My touring buddies and I, the Beers of Comedy, will be at the Caledonia. I believe it's the last Tuesday of November. So check it out. Look forward to Blackpool. That's it. Caleb, you're also the new host of the Open Show.
Thank you, Government, too, again. All right, who's ready for your next comedian? Alright, everybody, give it up for Kelly Whitmire.
How's it going, everybody? After seeing all these seasoned veterans, now we get to watch me, which is the complete antithesis, but do what you can. It's actually my second time performing comedy, and the first time I performed comedy was here at the Open Toad last month, and whenever I signed up and whenever I told all my friends, like, everybody kept saying the same things, like, oh, you're losing that comedy virginity, losing that B card, popping that comedy chair. I don't know, I thought that was a little weird. But I guess comedy was kind of like losing my virginity. I mean, I was nervous, hands were shaking, I was trying real hard, people were laughing. And no matter how many times I sneaked out of my room and watched the pros on HBO and practiced in my room, it just wasn't that good when I finally did it. But the number one way that I think my first comedy set was kind of like my first time having sex was that no matter how bad you wanted to, I wasn't going to stop until I was finished. And if that last bit sounds a little rapey to you, I promise I don't own a band and I can't get into a fraternity, so I'm not a rapist. So, I'm a big sports fan. I generally cheer for the Georgia sports. I'm kind of a homer. Favorite football team in the NFL is, of course, Atlanta Falcons. Just got a big win this weekend. And then, of course, my favorite college team is UGA. I'm a student. And we gotta support the home team. They got a big win this weekend. The basketball of the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, after disappointing my entire childhood, they're finally getting to the playoffs. And then got my dear beloved baseball team. The Atlanta bullshit! How the fuck do you blow an 8.5 game in September? I mean, it just can't be done. But we fuck it up, lose to the Cardinals, and they're in the World Series because fuck Georgia, man. So, like I said, I am a college student. I'm studying journalism because, you know, ready for that sweet $18K a year if I can manage to graduate or get a job. But I wanted to be member of the press for a long time. But my first college major was psychology, and I wanted to be a psychiatrist. But then a few of my friends sat me down like, dude, no, you can't talk to people about their problems, because it's just 10 minutes for life. I don't give a fuck if you left me. Listen, it's just bullshit. No, shut up. And that's just the kind of person I am, and I'm fine with that. So I moved on to journalism because ever since I was a little boy and I watched my grandpa read the papers, I've always, wanted to be a part of the liberal left-wing Jew-run mainstream media. And the only thing that kept me through high school was the hope that maybe one day I could write something good enough that somebody like Lynn Beck could just completely shit all over it with their child apple. But I love the UGA. I mean, it's better than my last college. And but the one thing that I found a little odd about Athens is, I'm from a very country area, so coming to Athens is very congested, a lot of traffic, and the cars and traffic, buses, that's one thing. But the fucking bicyclists in this town are just destroying me. Like, I've always had a problem with bicyclists, but if you're just, in front of me, and you're going slow, and you're trying to work out, I mean, yeah, fuck you in one kind of way. But the bigger kind of asshole on bikes are these people that just somehow, when I'm crossing the road, can't seem to stop on that big-ass hill they're on. And it's happened to me a few times, like walking behind a bus, I get to the other side of the bus, bike almost flips me. And just annoys the fuck out of me. And the last time that did it, the guy was being an asshole, so I yelled at him, I was like, hey, you're an asshole. guy of Asian descent, and I think he gave me a go to hell look, but I couldn't quite tell. Another big problem with the traffic in Athens is I hate anytime I have to cross the street, because like I said, big country area. And I kind of look like an asshole, and I get drunk a lot and yell at people. So I'm just waiting for the one day that car doesn't slow down and just plows me over and does the world a favor. So at this point, I won't even walk across the road without a white girl, because that's the one group of society everyone wants to for. Alright, I have a few jokes about Facebook, some unoriginal. But it's just become virtual people watching at this point, I think, or stalking or whatever. And I was truly convinced that I was a terrible person whenever I realized I had people on Facebook for the only reason to make my life feel better. It's like, oh, that kid who stole my bike wrecked his truck. Like, that asshole who fired me from McDonald's. Oh, he lost his job. It's like, that girl who turned me down. My kid's being a bitch. And the kids, I think, are the worst thing on Facebook, because a lot of my friends, or a lot of kids I went to high school with, ended up having kids really early. And then they all just put these little bastards on there and display pictures. And I look like a child molester if you go to friend me, because it's just me, like one weird, chubby, bearded guy doing this, and then a whole bunch of infants underneath me. So I know that somebody's going to go to add me on Facebook one day and just see that, like, I knew it. I knew that Kelly wasn't right. That's all I've got.
And don't worry, no one's going to add you on Facebook.